What was I thinking?
I'm gonna do the thing real quick.
Hey.
Nomads, I am
Wow.
Exodus, and welcome back to Railroader. It's back to the normal intro. We're not doing the other thing anymore. I decided, since I'm doing D&D on Fridays now. Great, awesome.
You
We're
need
just
brain
playing Railroader.
cells.
We're just playing Railroader now.
Yeah.
Are we waiting any time before we get started, or what's the plan?
I was going to schedule another interchange because I just bought these stuff for the
Well-
final stage of Bryson.
4 is still clapped out.
I am aware that floor is clapped out. 4 is still clapped out. I am aware.
Oh wait, I could use 2, I think, to run it this time. I guess.
Yeah, but
No wait, no, 2 is also clapped out. Who the? Oh wait, no, it's not that bad. It's 75%. Not my fault.
4.
I was
I mean,
gonna-
4's at 55 as well, so it's not too bad.
It still needs time in the shop, though.
It does, yeah.
I think it might be best for me just to allocate 2 at the moment.
Probably.
Because given it probably has more power at the moment, anyways.
It's very likely that it does, yes.
Am I running packs again?
If you want.
Sure.
At this point, you can choose what you want and we'll go around it. You've been doing it long enough. If you want to keep doing it, go ahead. If not, just let us know.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Chugga.
I'll do my job and do mixed freight. Stop it.
Somebody needs to make sure that Whittier gets handled, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm already on it.
Everyone seems to neglect that bit.
I
Okay,
started doing that right away.
I'm going to schedule an interchange real quick. Schedule for
We'll need to get-
10:05 and
We'll need to get Dizzy. We'll need to kidnap Dizzy eventually to play 5M then.
we will. We'll have to run him through post. Which, I
If he
mean,
wants to play, if he wants to join LE, that is.
we could force him to tonight.
I do have plans for rivals after we're done.
No, you don't.
To be
Sorry.
fair, no. No,
I'm
I,
sorry.
to be honest, I am not in the mood to run through posts tonight.
Oh no, guys, I fucked up.
Again?
I just didn't pull the all the interchange stuff in. There's a single. Will you stop it?
I mean, we might be able to quickly just run through to make sure that Dizzy can A, join, and B, whatnot, and all that stuff. But I am not going through post guidelines at this time of day.
I'll be right back.
And if we need more people to join, let me know. I got people that have 5M and GTA Legacy that I've played before. One of them was an admin before, so they know the whole spiel and how it works. I don't. But
We're
they used to play almost every day.
We specifically run a pretty recently released-ish mod.
You see me got a couple mods and whatnot.
Do it.
I'm shift R-ing it into place.
I'd do DOT stuff or even train stuff if that's a thing. I don't know.
It's not
I'd like to
unfortunate.
figure out something to permit trains, but I mean, DOT does exist. DOT has no formal training requirements, so
Yeah.
You could just I don't know, play it however the hell you want.
I'm walking here. I'm kidding. I'm actually driving.
Just look. If you want to casually close half the freeway, I'm not going to stop you.
No, sorry, there's a donut in the middle of the road. We gotta find its home.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey, there's the police force. Is this your donut?
But I'm hoping also that... Oh, I just spicy dunked into those cars.
Oh, no.
I didn't derail them. It was just a really hard dunk.
Damn.
I haven't derailed since episode 6.
Mhm.
You know what that means? He's probably gonna do rail today.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Yeah, usually. I forget what I was gonna say. It was something to do with my recording stuff. Probably something to
I'm
do with
currently
Minecraft.
pulling
Oh,
I'm currently
fun
pulling the
fact.
coaches.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, um, this I'm now currently playing on a pretty much new computer.
Nice.
My I kept getting crashing and whatnot. I think I was telling you about it too, a little bit. My crashing issues have been resolved.
Nice.
It was either my RAM or my CPU. I have no idea. All I know is that the motherboard and CPU were incompatible for certain versions of the BIOS and kind of worked well together in certain aspects. But now it just wouldn't boot up.
I
So
see.
Uncle's like, hey, here's some old parts from my old computer. Fun fact, apparently he's got the 5090, which was 2000 when it first came out. I was like, holy crap. And he's like, yeah, guess how much it is now? I'm like, how much? He's like, 4,000. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
no thanks.
Uh-huh.
I'll stick to my 30 series. He doesn't really do anything, but he works from home, so he doesn't have to spend much on gas and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's like the stay-at-home nerd that makes a lot of money making websites, apparently. So he just has money to splurge on his computer, which is good for him. It's the life he lives. But he gave me some old parts. So my motherboard was an MSI. My CPU is a 5600X AMD Ryzen. And the ones that I have now is Asus Strix. It was a little bit of a step up for the MSI one that I had. This is like a mid-range, maybe a little higher on the mid-range part, I think. But I upgraded from the 5600X Ryzen to the Ryzen 7. No. It's the Ryzen 8, the 800X, or something like that.
I
All I
also
know is
need
it's
to do that.
5800. So it's a little bit of a step up from what I have now, which I'm okay with. He was like, here you go. All I want is a case of Dr. Pepper and some gummy worms. I'm like,
That's it?
bet. Yeah.
That's
It's
wild.
not the first time he's just
Trade.
given me a part. Yeah, but mainly it was just like the diagnosis. You could just have it. Bet. I bought my monitor off of him for like $400. And back when it was brand new, it was like 1,000. But it's a couple years old. So I was like, yeah, 400, there you go. It's in decent condition. So I'm like, hell yeah. I'll take that over a brand new monitor. It works amazing. I'll take it.
I'm still running
It's awesome.
my stuff that's like my monitor and stuff is like 4 or 5 years old. No, actually, I bought this monitor whenever I moved into this house, I think. Yeah, because before I was using an old plasma TV.
Plasma.
So then I I was told to get rid of that, and then we went to Walmart and I bought a $120 monitor, which is it's done me pretty well. This has done me pretty well.
Mm-hmm. My one monitor is the a couple years ago is when it came out, like right around COVID time, I think. Maybe just before. No, yeah, I'd say right around COVID. It's a little curved Samsung 4K monitor. It was like maybe $200 at Walmart. It's pretty nice. It's been pretty reliable.
Good.
That one was my mom used it, and then she upgraded to 2 matching ones, and this one just became the, oh hey, I need a monitor. My other one broke. Here you go. Use it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been using it. My brother's got his own monitor now, so it's just pretty much mine for now. Which I'll take it. I eventually want to get matching monitors because that'd be cool, but it's just a lot of work. That too. Ideally, it'd be cool to have a third monitor, but right now with my setup, I don't know where the hell I would put a third monitor if I did, I would need a long extension cord for the HDMI.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to put it all the way to the left, and then it'd be one of those chat ones. I don't know.
I've seen a lot of
My
people mount their monitor up. Like, they have the two on their desk and then mount the monitor up above it.
My wall, so I'm in a corner of my desk. Like where I'm sitting currently, the desk matches up with the corner. The area where I sit, it's an L desk, but it doesn't line up exactly with the corner. So that my monitors are offsetted and I am offsetted. So I'm looking at the middle of my two monitors currently. So I have to turn to the right a little bit to look at Railroad or any of the games I play.
Same. What were
At
you going to
first,
say, Rex?
at least with my use on my desktop, primary monitor for gaming. Second one is for browser and Discord normally.
Yep.
And then the final one is just relegated to Spotify. That's all it's ever used for.
I would use that for Spotify too. I've got Spotify and Discord open right now.
If I had a third one, it would likely be used for... I need to slow down. There's Locust Pin coming up, and I need to drop off this boxcar.
I also have a thing for Locust though. It's left behind.
I spent the first little while just trying to
here it
assemble the
goes.
train because I had to pull it out of the yard. And then
It happened.
The derail timer.
It happened.
Days since last derail 0.
For some reason, the train did not want to slow down when I applied all of the brakes.
How much tonnage you got?
Only 453 tons.
Well, that might be part of the problem.
It's only like 7 cars.
It's also still 400 tons.
Oh,
you have 800,000 pounds behind you.
Actually, it's in front of me.
Oh, still.
Dillsboro.
And that was, what, 4 cars? Yeah, that was 4 cars.
You know it'd be cool to do at some point?
What?
Whether it's on a recording thing or not. Take a little bit just to explore each other's saves.
Maybe.
Like the personal ones, like check out your personal one, Rex's personal, and my personal.
I mean,
stuff like that.
My personal isn't too impressive. I'm about where I'm at here.
I'm not sure how far Dizzy's progressed in his own save.
I'm on phase 3 of Nanto.
So I'm probably the most progressed.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you're all the way up to Andrews.
Yeah, I want to start using the cross traffic mod more if it's still even is viable.
Oh yeah, I mean I have it installed, but I have it disabled. I just upped my Robinson Cold Gap to tier 3 from tier 1, and then I upped one of my other things to tier 5.
I've not paid too much attention to the modding community as of late for Railroader, but I really wish that without Railroader, I wish there was a way to get more cars for Robinson.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff I wish we could do.
Like just
wasn't there a thing that increased the tier? No, I think they were talking about it. Nobody actually was able to release one.
Well, a lot of people. Well, I know like there's mods that increase the volume for it, and even like redo the entire yard space to have more space, to have more tracks for
but it
Railroader.
Railroader.
Which I refuse to install.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I almost caved and I almost tried it. And they're like, no. I was tempted for a second. Not gonna lie.
I mean, I was summoned for a while, and then there was the comments about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got the devs like, oh, we've checked it and everything. And that's what got me for a second. It's like, I mean, if the devs checked it, maybe I could try it. And I'm like, nah. I'm just gonna play it safe.
I would like to see definitely though the option for some heavier trains, or especially like some.
Or like freight dedicated routes, or just passenger dedicated routes, like the 80-mile-per-hour routes that they have on there.
Yeah.
That
Well,
would be cool.
the thing is, I don't. The thing is, obviously, for railroader is you can only make a train that is so heavy and long, practically.
Mhm.
I would like to have perhaps, if it were me, and it were possible, I'd like it to almost be like a warranted or ideal to have like multiple coal trains a day that
Yeah.
are like 30 cars plus long, maybe even like 40
Yeah.
each. Like imagine doing something like 100, like moving over 100 cars a coal day.
That would be
Oh,
insane.
you know what I found out? Which you guys probably already know, but I was going through the Derail Valley Discord. Apparently, they're also going to be adding maintenance of way to the game, which I thought was
I
pretty cool.
did not see they were doing that, but that is definitely really neat.
Yeah.
I believe isn't I'm not 100% sure about Railroaders MOW system, but I know I remember I think seeing that you'll be able to set to like what degree
Yeah.
the tracks are maintained, and that will determine how fast you can safely operate.
Yeah.
Or speed limit.
Speed and how it looks, too. It'd be so nice being able
Yeah.
to purposely make a track look overgrown. I think it'd be so cool.
Yeah, like just yard tracks for industries. Just don't even fucking bother. It's like, yeah, I'm only going 5 miles an hour there anyways.
Yeah, that are like the logging ones, or maybe even like a
Yeah,
little bit of the
I
coal
mean,
gap.
well,
A
yeah,
little
'cause I mean,
overgrown.
like typically you're only going like 25, 30 mile an hour
Oh, yeah.
through sections like at the log pond. Like, well, not log pond, when you're going up towards and to and from Connolly Creek. And even slower, I think, when you're going up Walker, because it's much steeper, I believe.
Oh, Exodus, when you come up, okay, I assume you're heading up from Bryson.
Yeah.
So, right.
I'm stopped currently to fill up my water.
When you do get over here, could you grab this Bryson team if I set it aside and bring it up?
Yeah. If you can, stick it in the first siding, and I'll grab it.
First sighting, track
Track
1,
2.
2, 3, or 4.
2.
Track 2. Okay.
Track 2.
Anywhere specific on
I
there?
I'm just gonna pull in couple and keep moving. I won't even lie to
Are
you.
you pulling or pushing?
I'm pushing.
Okay. I'll get that organized now. I assume you wouldn't want to take the Ella one too.
Correct.
Okay.
Listen, that's
I
your
gotta take this.
that's your job as Whittier switchers to take stuff up to Ella.
It's my first job as Whittier Switcher on the series, okay?
Yeah, well,
I feel like it is definitely economical to just have Whittier serve Ela instead of having to have the freight do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've been doing forever on my own save, which is like Wilmot to Whittier is just the same switcher. I mean, they also have a dedicated logging locomotive that occasionally might pull double duty.
For me, it depends on like if it's right. Like if I have time to swap it around at interchange, I'll do it. So then, if I'm pushing it, I can just push everything over to Ella, uncouple everything else, drop it off real quick, and then keep going. But if it's like, if I don't see it right away, I just leave and have Whittier take care of it.
Well, because I run all the way from Silva, though, I'm not fond of just throwing a bunch of cars in the front of my locomotive, typically.
Yeah.
So, the way that I'll block it is the things that are going the furthest distance in the front, and the things that are going the shortest distance in the back. That way, it ends up in the local yards easily, where I don't have to do any more switching with the. I don't have to do any crazy switching moves with the mainline locomotive that's actually pulling it.
yeah.
And then everything else is just the yard locomotive's problem to figure out. Which, by the way, I am currently heading towards Whittier now.
And I'm
Also, I'd be okay with switching like Alarka and whatnot too back and forth.
I'm
I don't mind
also
something like
heading
that.
towards Whittier.
I'm
Are
heading
we
there
both
pretty
heading
well right
towards
now.
you?
Boy, oh boy, I can't
Okay,
wait
so
to
I'll wait to go to LA until you're done.
I can't wait to have a head-on collision.
Oh, no. Okay, the Bryson team has been dropped off,
So
and
that whole year and a half we had, where we had absolutely zero news about GTA 6, had my hype pretty low. But after they released this trailer, it's got me back up, and I'm
have
like,
you
I
looked
need
at
it
the
now.
website?
Would you say?
Eh,
Have you looked at the website?
I have not.
So they've got 70 screenshots or something like that, uh, about 13 or 14, I think, things of artwork, um, like loading screens style kind of stuff. And I think at least double digits of videos of gameplay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
honestly, I've not been particularly paying too much attention to 6, just because, I mean, they pushed it back till next year,
Yeah.
and it's still, to my understanding, only been confirmed thus far that that launch day is going to be console release.
Yeah. Which,
So
I mean, I have a PS5, so I can play it on day one if I really wanted to.
I don't have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X lying around, so
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll be playing on Xbox. I only play GTA mainly on the Xbox, besides when I play 5M eventually in the
so
future.
like because of that, I mean, unless I buy a console like an Xbox Series S/X or a PlayStation 5 in the next year
Uh huh.
or so, or really, I guess by the time that GTA 6 does end up coming out for PC, if it does, which I'm sure most likely will eventually get pushed to PC, but
Yeah.
uh, Rockstar's always seemed to take a couple of years to do that.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, I mean, it's probably going to be a couple of years before it's on computers. So
Maybe, but I feel like since I've had so long to look at it and they're working on the server meshing and whatnot
I mean,
that they've patented.
they've only really been
Mm,
working on it since 2018.
I mean, that's what they say, but
No,
I feel like
that's
maybe,
accurate because they didn't even start pre-production until after Red Dead 2 was being polished.
yeah. Well, I feel like somebody on the sidelines was doing something still unofficially.
well, it might have been, it's possible someone was trying to storyboard it or thinking of ideas, but I mean,
But like
Yeah,
I
they really would not have started coding, modeling, upgrading the Rage engine, nothing like that until probably 2019 or 2020.
yeah. But with
simply
all the technology out now, I feel like computers would be end of the year for 2026, maybe early 2027.
you're still looking at least 18 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but I mean, Rockstar has always seemed to have been prone to take a couple of years um, to push their newest titles to a computer release. Um, because one thing to point out that unless Rockstar by default ships it with a third party anti cheat
Oh my god.
already prepared when it comes to the PC release, they might end up having to do some more stuff to make sure that
People who cheat.
there's right. They're either probably gonna have to do stuff to integrate a cheating anti-cheat, or well, either integrate or make their own anti-cheat, and obviously prepare it for a computer release, unless they're just going to do a straight port with zero optimization.
Which
Yeah.
is
Plus, we'll
highly
see.
Which
unlikely.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't hold it past Rockstar either, though, to do that.
I
Com-
would. In all of the games that they themselves, Rockstar themselves, have released, they have not done that because the original trilogy remasters were not done by them.
Yeah, those were done by a third-party studio. Although I think they've been published by Rockstar, though.
Yeah, but like if Rockstar is hands on, they won't let that shit fly.
I mean,
So
I'm
for
sure
the
some
Whittier
somebody-
logs, sorry to interject real quick though. Do you just use that one log train, or do you connect up the other 3 that are in that siding? So
What?
you were doing it there for a while. So the logs for Whittier,
Yeah.
they're filled up. There's the whole consist that's up in the later half of the logging area that's
Yeah.
already connected to the engine. Are the other 3 gonna fit that are just down the line, or do we usually just have that on the side for?
I mean, they usually fit, yeah.
Okay, I've never filled up that track before, so I don't know how many actually fit.
Hey, Exodus, you might have to wait in either Thomas Valley or something.
I'm trying to beat you to at least Wilmot. Because, oh, well... Yeah, I'll probably have to wait at Thomas Valley. Because I'm assuming
Passenger train doesn't sleep.
Because I'm assuming you're going to be leaving pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm taking all my passengers real quick.
Okay.
You know,
13,
when
9, 7.
the money, so I know we're not exactly doing great on money right now, but eventually, if we want to get another loco, we could look at Cookum or whatever the
Skookum?
sugar. Yeah, that thing.
Why can you never remember what that thing is called?
I don't know. I've never actually used it in my save. I've just seen it in Bryson's game until I saw it on my roster thing because I was going through all the engines. I was like, oh, hey, what's this thing look like? You know, spawned it in just to check it out. And I was like, oh, it's this thing. That'd be a good logging loco for Whittier.
That's generally what they were used for, was for logging.
I think we got number 3 running logs.
Yeah, because it got kicked off passenger service episode 2.
Well, currently I think 4 has also been kicked off passenger service because it's still not fixed from when whoever was running passenger before I took over binned it.
It's at 64%.
Yeah, but I think it's still right. It's going to take over a day to fix it.
My lighting makes my face look really red. I just realized that.
Oh, do you have like colored lighting?
Well, I have purple LED strips. I have a white light on my face, and then I have Christmas tree lighting behind me.
Yeah.
The gay Christmas tree.
It is. It is a
Yeah.
gay Christmas tree, and it stays up year round.
The gay
Because you're gay year round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold up. Which one is?
I'm not like those corporate shills who are only gay in June.
You know, I should probably oil these cars. Down to 80.
Can I be real? Can I be 100% with you guys?
Have you not been
Have you
oiling
not
it?
checked the oil bearings on anything?
Not a single goddamn episode have I checked the oil
Me
bearings.
neither.
Am I the only one that's been checking the oil?
Yes.
In my defense, I've been running passenger service for the past several weeks, if not months at this point.
Yeah.
And whenever I've always been leaving it on the repair track whenever I get to Bryson.
That's fair.
So they've been oiling it for me anyways.
Yeah, they auto oil.
Bryson's just good at oiling it.
Yeah, their bearings are 96% currently. From when the shop crew took care of it.
It'd be nice if the industries also oiled them. It's a little too much, I guess.
Just because you just have oil cans laying around.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
Here we go.
And just because of that, I'm gonna go around and oil everything in Bryson. Actually, everything's doing pretty good. 90s mostly.
What's the oil use rate at? 100%. We should crank it all the way up.
All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna crank up all of the features.
Oh no.
You know, part of me does kind of. I feel like I should crank up, at least on my own personal save, the overhaul timer.
Yeah.
They crank it up to where it's like a lot sooner.
Yeah,
Or,
because
like,
I mean,
I mean,
because
I've been thinking.
I've still not needed to overhaul any equipment. Although I've not played my personal save in quite some time, but
Fuck, I meant to go
like,
into the hole.
I've been playing on it for quite
Oh,
some
well.
time. What do you mean by, oh well, are you in the hole or no?
I'm not in the
Oh, you're
hole.
bypassing me. Fuck,
Oh.
I need to hit the brakes.
We got here very quick. Or like you hit the
Well, I
brake.
dumped the air. Well, let me explain why, though. I didn't have a straight-through switch.
Yeah.
I was doing over 40. Because, you know, passenger choo-choo.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was doing just fine if I was going straight through, but you all of a sudden give me a pretty tight switch. A pretty tight radius switch. I was like, oh no. I am not making that 40.
Well, I clicked the thing to go into the siding, but I guess it didn't listen to me.
There you were already aligned. It was already aligned.
Yeah. It might have been. I don't know.
Hey, that logging train should be able to go into the area before you get here.
Nah, it didn't register.
Rude.
Last time it was thrown was by Dizzy 3 in-game hours ago. Actually, no,
So
3
that-
days ago in-game.
And
Fuck.
actually, until people pass, I'm just gonna put that in the shed. And then I'm gonna bring this up to Ella after I fill up.
I'm gonna
And
have to
then-
slow down.
So the mecha is gonna have to go over there.
Okay, good.
Bryson has switching to do. You know what? Number 4. You're gonna be a switcher for a couple of minutes. Come here. It's weird looking at this thing. It's all white because I have the updated mod. So all the colors are different.
You're all white.
I am.
Yeah, that's right.
My taste buds aren't.
Your taste
Why
buds
is there an
aren't
Ella
white?
farm supply? Well, like spice wise, I can handle spice. There's an Ella farm supply up here at Bryson.
Yeah, that's because someone tacked it onto my consoles, and I didn't notice. That someone was
Was the
probably
person
me.
packed on your console to you?
Probably.
Yep. Maybe. It was maybe him.
It was likely me. And let's change likely to probably.
To most certainly.
Uh-huh. Slowed down quite a bit, but I have to connect to something
Well,
over here.
do you have anything for Appalachian hardwoods on anything?
Absolutely not.
No?
Nope.
Or are you, no? Be sure.
All I have is Bryson Bridge stuff.
Oh, okay. I have an interchange card here.
You know, if we invite somebody from all 50 states, we have to make the entire railroad basically just the abbreviation for every fucking state.
At that point, we just put the USA.
Ugh.
The railroad is just the United States.
Of
The-
But
Bryson.
what about somebody from DC or Puerto Rico or Guam?
No part of the United States.
Pretty much.
Right, but they're U.S. territories that aren't being represented.
American territories and slash states.
And / states.
And slash
So
states.
the AT
Just call the
A
Boston Tea Party.
SSRR.
Just call the Boston Tea Party.
I'm gonna call you the Boston Tea Party.
You know, we'll just call it a Heinz 57. Got a little bit of everything in there.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And bang, glad hands, go.
You know, I thought about a joke, but it's not exactly. How do I read this? Slightly bad.
YouTube friendly.
I mean, you can get away with a lot on YouTube.
Why did you pull the 4 out of the shed?
I told you, I was like, hey, number 4, I'm going to take you shunting for a couple minutes.
It needs rest.
It's at 65. A couple minutes out of the shed for some fresh air ain't going to do it bad.
Good grief.
And someone needs to shunt.
And who clobbered it last
Someone's
time?
not.
Both of us.
Yeah.
Which means Dizzy is still partly responsible for the reason why it's fucked.
Yeah.
Yes. But I never switched the trick.
No, but it was
That
during a
part-
race.
Has it been fucked since the race?
Yes.
Yes. So technically, I feel like, according to race standards, I am not to be held liable for anything that happens during the event.
Somebody's going to call the FIA to get a marshal out here to review it.
We need we need to get the RP out here.
Don't make me call the DOT. I'll do it. I feel like I don't know. Are they still responsible for transportation on railroads? I feel like maybe.
It depends.
Maybe
Sort
there's
of.
a subsection that's in charge of railroads.
Well, the thing is, most railroads are privately owned.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Although, unless we're talking the US DOT, which the Federal Railroad Administration is a part of the US DOT. So if we're talking about the FRA, yeah, it's US DOT. I think also things like the, I think even like the NTSB.
Also, for the Bryson Boys season 2, whenever it comes around, should happen when UMM gets updated for world-changing updates
Perhaps.
or mods, because then we can get new areas. We can get more of those gondola industries for these coal people and whatnot.
You can't call them cold people anymore, Dizzy.
I'm sorry, miners.
Whoa. So NTSB, so the NTSB is an independent agency, but the FRA is owned by or is part of the DOT.
Okay.
I don't think state DOTs really have much jurisdiction over the railroads, I believe, because
It'd be more of a federal thing.
well, I think the FRA mostly handles things like regulation. Because the thing is, the vast majority of the railroad is privatized.
Yeah.
And then you have a couple of metro rail transportation authorities or other,
There we go.
like for like state or like municipal owned transportation. Although I know a couple of state DOTs do sort of, I think, work with Amtrak, because I think California and I think North Carolina, especially I think in like Washington and Oregon, and I think a couple others. Because I think that's, if I remember right, like, I know I've seen North Carolina branded. What am I thinking? like images of locomotives that are like North Carolina themed.
Yeah.
That I think are which I believe those are operated by Amtrak. I think.
Interesting.
Because I think it's a partnership between Amtrak and North Carolina DOT. Then you also have things like the Cascades and stuff up in Northwest, I believe, which I think that's a partnership between Oregon, Washington, and I think maybe even California. I could be wrong. I'm not sure where the exact route the Cascades take, but I know it's also operated by Amtrak. I might
Likely.
be wrong though on the partnerships though.
You know what?
But
The 2 looks pretty good pulling passengers.
Number
what?
4 is currently chuffing and wheels are moving, but it is not moving for me. But there are still steam particles moving out.
I think your Wi-Fi is dying there, Dizzy.
Oh, it just clicked in now. Either it's just a connectivity issue between me and you. It just took a second. Oh, we're good.
One thing that I actually learned a while back that I found really neat is the way that Amtrak's board is set up. Is required that one of the members on the board for Amtrak is the Secretary of Transportation.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I can see that.
But yeah, apparently it's like mandated that the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Transportation be on the board for Amtrak.
Yeah.
It's also weird though because they have like a bunch of other rules too, based on like I think like they're mandated like X amount of members on the board must live in the Northeast Corridor and X amount must live outside of the Northeast Corridor. They make it like it's like really specific with the way that their board's laid out and like what position like where those people can be from.
Yeah.
So, I'm probably just going to say the joke. And then if it's too much, you can just bleep it out. It's not that bad, honestly. But why can't Miss Piggy count to 70?
She has a frog in her throat.
She can't get past 69 because she gets a frog in her throat.
Mm-hmm. I've already heard that joke, bro. You got to come up with better material.
I saw that one on Facebook like 3 days ago. I was like, oh, hey, that's actually pretty cool. I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. I don't know. It just came up and I was like, ooh.
Why is the Cyclops' favorite song We Are Young? Because it starts with Give Me a Second Eye.
I was going to bring up an epic reference, but I'm going to say Open Arms. But I don't know if you guys know that reference. Probably not.
No. I've not
The
listened to
viewers
any of the epic stuff.
It's actually pretty good.
Well, you know what? No, go ahead, Rex.
That goes what I was saying on Amtrak, though. Apparently, of their board, according to Wikipedia, of their board, at a minimum 2 and at maximum 4 of their members of their board must reside along the Northeast Corridor.
Interesting.
While the other 4 to 6 must reside in a state served by Amtrak by an Amtrak operated long distance or state supported route outside of Northeast Corridor. And at least one member of that board must be an individual with a disability. I'm guessing that's part of some form of program to increase accessibility.
Yeah.
Well, it's to improve accessibility across the railroad, I guess.
Which makes sense.
It's an ACT thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's across all jobs in the U.S. They have to have a certain percentage of people that are disabled in some kind of way, including veterinary status of like PTSD.
Well, That's in general part of the general DEI initiatives, anyways, because to ensure that companies aren't just hiring all the same people for the exact same background.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's probably specific. It might be required also, especially for Amtrak, given the fact that for public transport, accessibility for disabled people is very important. How else are they going to use a train if you don't make trains accessible to them?
Yeah.
Exactly. And most of the time, I've seen that they are.
I mean, normally you've got pretty well marked the points on a train that are designed for like people in wheelchairs and whatnot to get in. You often will see the like markers on the side of the cars near the doors.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the superliners are configured as well to be accommodating too on the lower levels.
Me too.
We're
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
what?
Hold shift and press 9 or 0 to move up and down the train.
That's
You
been
just
around
found that out
forever.
by accident.
Well, I'd never do that. Like, it never occurred to me that that was a thing I could do. What do you want from me, bro?
I just want to play this out now. I just thought about this. With the whole Amtrak board thing, right?
Yeah.
With the way it's written, at least on this Wikipedia article, it sounds like if you're just from a certain state, you cannot be on Amtrak's board of directors at all. Like, oh, sorry, Amtrak doesn't serve your state. You can't be here. So just remember, if you're from Alaska, good luck working on Amtrak's board of directors. Or I guess more so specifically, which state you reside in. I'm sure if you move, you probably can. I'm guessing, but
Yeah.
if you live in Alaska actively, good luck. You're not on Amtrak's board of directors. It sounds like.
Dizzy,
At
I'm
least
coming
based
in
on
hot.
I'll be coming off the main line here in a second. I'm just switching over to the secondary track. Also, side note, I just converted somebody to Railroader finally. Again, a new person. Want to know how?
How?
Did you tell him choo choo?
He's like, this rail. I don't know. I can't believe that you withheld train bridges and railroads online for me because he played it a little bit and he liked it a little
Yeah.
bit. And he's like, train bridges are cool. And I'm like, oh, the map isn't hilly enough because it was the new one. I'm like, Aurora Hills has those though. Like, does it have, tunnels and bridges? I'm like, it has bridges, but it doesn't have tunnels because only the new map has tunnels. He's like, that's lame. I'm like, yeah, sadly. Does Railroader have bridges and tunnels? I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, bet.
I'm a fucking genius.
I'm going over bridge right now.
I'm a fucking genius.
Is sometimes your genius almost frightening?
I'm a fucking genius. Did you see what I did?
But the auto engineer was just about to. I thought. Oh, you could have. You had it lined up. You could have just did it on the line. Yeah, now.
No, it's fine.
Oh well.
I always have to leave
G2.
something.
Almost done for
You're
the day.
just giving me more work to do. Oh, actually, while I'm here, I should just connect up this interchange. Duh. I don't even see that one.
Oh, I'm so glad that I noticed that switch.
Was it switched to go around to the Y?
Yes.
Oh no!
I would have been going down the Y at 30 miles an hour.
That would have been another derail.
It would have been your fault.
It wouldn't have been my fault.
You're the one that switched it.
That was auto engineer.
It's our good friend.
Yeah. We're gonna have to cut his pay.
Yeah. Slap him,
Knock his pay. Give him a big fine.
beat him up, and ice him.
Might need to throw him in the brig for a couple days.
Actually, no, we're not gonna ice him. We're on the railroad. Boiler him.
Boiler him. Throw him in the smoke box and shut the door.
Smoke him.
That sounds awfully morbid.
It does, yeah, you're right. I realized that when I said it.
Caboose him. We'll trail him behind the caboose.
Let him bounce off the ties.
Yep.
This
Maybe
is
that'll
starting
knock
to
some
sound,
sense into him.
All right, I would.
this is starting to sound pretty close to keel hauling almost.
Oh.
All right. And
To a degree.
Bryson Bridge stuff has been delivered.
And that's the end of the
a
episode.
small degree.
You're right. It is the end of the episode. Because thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you like. Don't if you didn't. I don't really care, but thank you. And I will see you in the next video. Stay safe, travelers.